Guys, how's it going? It's Kaz here. I just said I'd do a video today on how I encourage my kids to have a good way with money and understand how to budget their own money, how to spend and save their own money. So I just said I'd do a quick video on how we do it. It's not necessarily how you should do it, but I definitely recommend getting your kids on board. So before I start, if you'd like to give the video a little like, and if you're not subscribed, I know a large percentage of my viewers aren't subscribed, so if you could please hit that subscribe, it just helps my videos be seen by other people. Thank you. So just a little backstory. When we were buying our house in 2019, that's when we really sat our kids down. So our two oldest two are 12 and nearly 10, and so we felt like they were a good age to really grasp the concept of money and what we were trying to do with our money. So we sat them down that year and we explained how we were going to be saving to put down a deposit to buy a house, and how we were going to be spending a whole lot less money on things like takeaways and fun activities, so just so they'd understand what we were trying to do and the goal behind that. So I really feel like that year they learned a lot about money, because they watched the savings grow, and then towards the end of that year they seen us buy a house, so they've seen the rewards for our efforts. So I think it's a really good idea to involve your kids in your own budgeting journey, and it's okay if they see the fails as well. Like, we all fail, and they will fail sometimes too. It's completely fine to have a few slips. So we encourage them to, as much as they can, understand our journey. So they know we are saving money into sinking funds, for example, so that they know there's not an unrealistic present they can ask for. They know we're only saving a certain amount. So that's kind of the way we help encourage them. And then now they are actually earning their own money. So they have two forms of income currently. So one of the first ways they started bringing in their own money, their own pocket money, is with selling eggs. So we have 8 chickens, so it's no means a big business. It's quite a small business after the 5 of us have eaten eggs throughout the week as well. But any leftover eggs, they go around to a few of our neighbours and they ask for a little bit of money in return for getting eggs. So they don't get to just take this money for doing nothing. They have a job to do. So in order to be allowed to keep the egg money, they have to do some jobs to get that money. So they are in charge of feeding the chickens every morning, filling up and cleaning out the water every day. They give the chickens scraps every day, and they also clean out the chickens' run and house. So they are in charge of all of those jobs, and then just keeping an eye on them. So in order to earn that money, they have to do some work for it. So they know if they don't work and do those jobs, they don't get to keep the egg money. So so that's one of the ways. And then currently we haven't long been doing this method, but we have found that it's working very well. So we have some chore charts. So I have written down 5 chores each, and they get paid for these chores. Now, it's not like your typical chores. I see a lot of people just have make your bed and things like that. I expect my kids to do a good amount of chores around the house for no payment. That's just part of life. You have to do things to keep the family going. So I expect them to do a lot of chores themselves, but these are one-off chores that they get an instant reward for. So these can be changed, but for now this is what they are. So I'll just tell you what they are, just to give you an example. So I have written a 1 beside each of these chores because they're once off chore, and it will be an instant reward. And then this one has 7 because I expect them to do it for the 7 days of the week, so every day. So the first reward that this child has is to tidy their bedroom completely. That's to be inspected. This child then has to tidy the car 1 time in the week. So that's just to clear out any rubbish. Actually, it's usually coats and toys that have to be taken out of the car. Then this child has to put on a load of washing, dry it and fold it. So they have to see it all the way through, that 1 basket. Hoover the stairs and landing, and then their daily chore is to sweep the kitchen floor. So the way I do this is they get €1 per chore that they have completed, and they get that instantly. So they get to keep these charts. I actually had to ask them, could I borrow them for this video, because they are in complete control of these charts. I want them to have complete ownership of their chores. And so basically they come to me when they have completed a chore. They tick the chore when they've done it themselves, and I just make sure that the chore is done. So this child yesterday hoovered the stairs and landing, and I just checked it and they did, so I paid them then €1. So I'm doing it €1 per chore, but you could actually pick certain chores and they could earn more for certain chores. But currently we're just doing €1 per chore. It's just easier. If I find them picking certain chores over others because of the ease of getting €1, I will change that. But for now, they haven't done anything like that. They're going well. So it's €1 per chore for now. Now, as my son, he is 12, as he gets bigger, I will actually increase the amount he'll be earning, because I want him to be able to earn his own disposable income with this. So yeah, I have 2 sets of them, 1 for each child. The other child has very similar tasks, as they're quite close in age. The only difference is they have to empty the bins, scoop out ash from the stove, and then their daily task is to wipe the counters and table. But apart from that, they've very similar chores. So to go along with these 2 incomes, the other thing that I have brought in for them that is working really well is their own envelopes. So they have a spend, save and give envelope. So what we are doing currently is they're going to, if they earn €5 in a week, they're going to put 50 cents into the give envelope. They're going to put €1 into the save envelope, and then the remaining $3.50 they will put into the spend. And they're going to do that with all of their income. So this seems to be working really well. So it's basically 10% going into give, 20% going into save, and the rest then going into spend. and they both have long-term goals. So my son, he's actually saving to build his own PC. So he is saving, he has €550 saved so far, and he's actually hoping to save about €1,000. Now he's telling me the graphics cards are going up in price. I don't know anything about that, but he's hoping that €1,000 will help him to build a computer for himself. He's very interested in technology and especially computer building. So that's what he's saving for. And then my daughter really wants to save up and buy herself an iPad that she can draw with, so with an Apple Pencil. So that's what she's saving for. So the two of them have their own goal, so that's very important, I think, for them to pick a goal that they're working towards, and they are also using the envelopes really well. But yeah, that's basically how my kids are learning to handle money and divide it out and have some long-term goals. If there's any other ideas that you're doing with your kids to help teach them about budgeting, let me know. I just really feel strongly that it is important when they are so young to just really involve them in money. I think it's not really taught enough in schools, and I think it's no harm explaining to them how you're managing your money. We even involve them in what our long-term goals are, short-term goals, what the goals are for this year. So they're really getting a good idea of what we're doing, and I'm hoping that in the future that I'm sure they'll make their own mistakes, and even when they do, they'll understand better how to cope with them. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. It's just a quick video on what we're doing with our kids, and I will chat to you all soon. Again, please like and share with any other mums that are struggling to get their kids on board, and I'll chat to you all soon. Bye.